third take. Just wasn't liking how the first two takes were going. But yeah, vertical vlog. Because I'm gonna post it on TikTok. Uh, yeah, so life updates. Got my first commission of the year. So that's fun. That was like a week ago. Haven't gotten one since, but it's been going fine. Um, Even though I haven't been getting a lot of internet traffic, but I have been getting at least a consistent like few people who always like and retweet my tweets and stuff like that when I post art. Um, I've been posting more like fan arts, replies to people, um, like because I always have like whenever I see like a thing, and I was like, oh, I think of like a funny follow up thing to it, but I never do it because I think like, oh, I'm not good enough. They're probably gonna think it's lame, but really, it's just people just appreciate just the attempt a lot of the time, and I need to tell myself that a lot more, especially when it comes to making a manga. And I now have an official like sign on my wall saying finish chapter 1 of Dark Sun. So hopefully this next set of chapter attempt, this next storyboard will be a finished chapter. It will happen. I swear, it will. Gotta think in that will mindset. Stop being wishy washy. Uh, Not in the stupid manifest way, but more in the like get your head out of the gutter sort of thing. Uh, but yeah, uh, one thing that's always been kind of hitting home is like how much I need like direction in order to really learn something, and not necessarily like having a teacher, but like having a thing that I know I have to do this thing, and I tend to learn that a lot better. And so one of the reasons why I really want to just kind of like focus on just getting the uh, first chapter done is that um, I'm not really good at environments, and every time I try to learn it, I always get like lost on what to do, what to reference, and what and stuff like that. And I just have accepted the fact that I'm probably going to retcon major like environments in Dark Sun as the chapters go on. Like I try to get close to the general idea and landscape, but I'm not going to hold myself too much to like, oh, uh, it's suddenly chapter 50 when we revisit this town. It's suddenly way more detailed and a lot more interesting, with a slightly different skyline and stuff like that. It's like I'm just gonna say retcon. Maybe make a joke about it. It's like, wow, this place looks a lot prettier than before, or something like that. I'm just gonna accept that as fact. That's just going to happen. Uh, in order to like just get a move on. Like stop caring about the environments. Just get the establishing shot out of the way. You could draw it better later in a different chapter. And I can always go back and redraw things if I want to. And I should also think of that because it's going to be published digitally, not print. So like I always have the power just to update the page later. So yeah, um, yeah, I just always got to keep that in mind. So other things. Um, Even though I really want an e-bike, I might mention this, or it might have been a previous step I talked about it, but I really want an e-bike, and they recently came out with the electric expedition, which is like my ideal e-bike. It is a cargo e-bike, so it can carry a lot of things. I don't have to worry about ever like, oh, do I like need like more carrying capacity or something like that. It has two batteries for 150 miles stated range, and from what I hear, it's more closer to like 120, 110 under normal load, but that's still really good. That's probably just as good mileage as some cars, uh, stuff like that. And it's at a really decent price too, but it's still way too expensive for me. So I really want to pick up a regular bike first, trying to get some exercise, get out of the house. Like one thing is like I need to kind of like just get away from the idea of like drawing is the most productive thing I could do right now. And playing video games like doesn't help as much as it used to. Mostly because like I don't have money for new games, so I have to rely on old experiences and uh because it's an old experience, I don't think about it as much. It doesn't distract me as well as like let's say the new experience would be. I love Minecraft, but I have played Minecraft to death. I kind of just play it the same as I always do, and I still have fun. I still have a lot of fun, but it's also so ingrained into habits that I still end up thinking about other things too much. Like, oh, I should be drawing, or I should do this, or should do that. I overthink things, and like gameplay wise, I'm playing it just fine and still having like fun, but my mind is just going elsewhere. So having a bicycle that I can just like use to get around, I'm just getting outside and being healthier. Exercise, helps with the brain. Like a lot of science says that. And doing squats in my room is really consistent for me. Like I could do like 40, 50 squats a day and be no problem. But in the combination of just kind of being stuck in here and still thinking about, oh, I should be drawing or like stuff like that. Or sometimes my legs get really sore, especially if I try to shoot up to like 50 consistently. Uh, Stuff like that. It's just kind of hard to keep up with stuff. I keep saying stuff like that. Correct words, correct phrases. So with a bike, I can get out, get some fresh air, exercise, explore around a bit. Uh, just kind of have just the ability to go and move around on my own that doesn't rely on public transportation or asking someone for a ride or walking somewhere. And the streets in my area suck because there'll be like a sidewalk for like 20 yards, stops completely, and then 50 yards on the other side of the road later is where it continues again. And there's this one spot where it's just literally just a patch, like a, a slab and a half of sidewalk just for a crosswalk button that doesn't even work. It's so infuriating. Uh, so it's kind of sketchy, always. So having a bike that can at least like get me around a bit faster, even though my area is really hilly, which is really annoying. But there is a clearance sale happening in a bike shop nearby because it's closing. So if I can get another like full body commission or just a few portrait commissions, uh, I can get at least like one of the $300 bikes, or like I have been checking Facebook Marketplace for like secondhand bikes, and there's a few really good deals around right now. Like there's like I don't want to be too specific. I don't want to dox myself. But there's like one really good road bike that I see that like has like disc brakes, which is really good because hilly area. Want to be able to stop myself. And it comes with a few things, and it's like, oh, that's neat. And so you're like, it's like cheaper than some of the cheaper bikes at the closeout sale of the bike shop, and I'm not sure how long it's going to stay there. Because good deals like that tend to disappear, and only like the really super sketchy motorized bicycles. I don't mean motorcycles, I mean a bicycle retrofitted with an engine. Why? Like not an e-bike, a motor bicycle. I hate people sometimes. And some of these bicycles look pretty decent. And like if you take away the motor, and I'd rather not have to deal with that. And they're like all like $500 too. So it's like not even like that good of a price. And some of them are like on Walmart bikes. And I'm like, that thing is going to like fall apart. Just from the vibrations alone is insane. What people think they can get away with. I'm not even sure that's legal. But yeah, if they're not that, it's like expensive '90s mountain bikes that I don't want a mountain bike. I want something a little bit more practical, preferably with like fenders included. Is like I consider like the bare minimum for me because it gets kind of rainy in the Northeast. So yeah. Um, yeah, so that's the plan is to get a bicycle, just to get around. One that's not a Walmart bike. Uh, yeah. So I do commissions. Check my Twitter. If you just want line art, it's half the price. And yeah, uh, I do portraits. I do full body stuff. It's not part of my current commission sheet, but I do emotes for like $20 a pop. Um, yeah. One thing. Oh yeah, I should mention. Any art friends who are watching this, if you, especially if you do like comic or manga work, send me some line art to color in because I want to try to build a portfolio for coloring work because that's something that I know I'm confident in that I can at least do a decent job at is to do color work, like for like webtoon comics or manga and stuff. Like I know I could do that. I know I can do that. Um, because usually the coloring there is like very simple and like meant to be fast. Few gradients, few shadows. I can do that. So yeah. So I want to try to build a portfolio for that. And I like obviously I have no finished pages for myself to do. And I don't want to just take uh page work from artists that I have not asked permission of to do my examples. So yeah. Um yeah. I'm not sure what my prices would be. I need to do more research. I heard it's like $10 for like a page of flats, like just doing all the flat work, organizing the layers, all nice and nice. So yeah, and that's pretty much about it. I have to say. Um, this video is definitely too long for TikTok, but I'll upload it to YouTube. Uh, just more casual things. So anyway, that's it. I hope everyone who watches videos also doing all right. We're past winter. Hopefully, the winter blues are like going away. You're feeling a little more energetic. Spring is officially here, and hopefully, this is like gonna be at least a better year than previous. So yeah, see you all later.